Nó cứng ngắc à. Nhiều lắm rồi ạ. Chịu khó chút nha. Nặng cục bụi thôi ha. Cái nặng hết cái nào mặt nội chắc nội cục bự thôi. Ok, chị nặng cục bự thôi nhá. Cái này dày lắm. Đợt trước nặng thấy nó đỡ hơn nhiều đây.
Đỡ nhiều quá chị. Xong bây giờ nó bắt đầu lên lại nữa rồi đó. Nặng về quê mấy bà nó mình không rành.
Người ta nuôi da mà đỉ.
Trời ơi, da cũng có mụn vậy. Mình nặng mụn thôi mà đâu phải gọi là đỉ đâu. Trời ơi.
Trời anh sao đỡ vậy.
Rồi nằm nghiêng ở đây cho con nha. Đợt này đi vô đây ông có đi không bà?
Hả?
Hai ông bà đi đi máy bay hả bà?
Đi xe đò.
Dạ. Là từ Phú Yên vô đúng không bà?
Quy Nhơn. Tại Sơn.
Dạ. Con đổ chỗ khác cho bà nha. Cục này nó hơi to bà ơi, bự lắm rồi. Con này nó lâu ở dưới da, lâu dữ lắm rồi. Nó hơi cứng. Bự bự không à? Này mà chịu không?
Since they knew they'd seen the pattern for years, I got a message from one of them. Emma, my mom's niece, she said, "I've always admired how patient you are, but I'm glad you finally stopped being their safety net." That message hit harder than I expected because the truth is I didn't want revenge, I wanted peace. But once you take away the thing that you said to control you once, they realize they need you more than you ever needed them. That's when the real unraveling begins. I spent a week in Denver mostly doing nothing. I'd walk to a little coffee shop near the Airbnb every morning, journal for a bit, then wander around downtown just to remind myself what uninterrupted silence felt like. No buzzing phone obligation, no one asking, "Can you just owe to me one more favor?" It was strange at first how foreign that calm felt, like I had to unlearn the habit of bracing for someone else's disappointment. By the second week, I'd rented a car and driven out to Boulder. I hiked alone, something I had always wanted to do, but never got around to because every time I planned a trip, someone in the family needed a bailout, a broken AC, a late credit card. Mia once called me from a resort in Cancun saying she lost her wallet and needed me to wire her emergency cash. That memory popped into my head as I stood at the edge of a cliff trail when cutting through my jacket. The entire valley stretched out below me. I laughed out loud, really laughed. It echoed off the rocks. It took 3 full weeks before my mom broke the silence with something more than passive-aggressive. It was a mail. She emailed me, the subject line, "We need you to come home." No greeting, just a long block of text that started with, "I don't know what's gotten into you," and spiraled into, "Your father is furious." Then, "We've done something for you," and ended with, "Bemolitos abandoned family." I stared at it for a long time. Family doesn't abandon family, except they did every time. They made me feel like a debit card with a heartbeat. Every birthday they forgot, every time they took money from you without a thank you, every holiday where I sat in the background while Adam gave his speeches and Mia got showered in gifts. They didn't call it abandonment, they called it tradition. I didn't reply. Instead, I forwarded the email to my lawyer, Daniel, who'd helped me set up a trust fund years ago. I told him to start the process of transferring the remaining educational payments to a scholarship program for first-gen college students, the ones who actually needed help, the ones who wouldn't laugh behind me back while draining my bank account. He also asked him to look into who was listed on the deed for the lake house, the one my parents used every summer, paid off in full by me under the false promise that it would be a shared family investment. Turns out my name was still in the paperwork, so I made a decision that Sunday morning. I booked a flight back home, not to reconcile, not to be guilt, but to collect receipts. I didn't tell anyone I was coming. I landed around noon, picked up a rental, and drove straight to the house, the same house I helped renovate when Dad threatened to sell it unless someone paid to fix the water damage. It looked the same, familiar and fake, like a movie set built to look like home. As I pulled up the driveway, I saw Adam's old pickup parked outside. I figured he moved back in after the report. Didn't knock. I walked in with the spare key my mom forgot. I had the moment. I stepped into the living room. I heard voices. "He's being drammy. Name is Eric. I'm 29. And until last year, I thought I understood what family meant, not the Hallmark card version, but the kind you build your life around, even if it means carrying more than your share of the weight. I've always been the quiet one, the responsible son, the one who sends flowers on birthdays and picks up the slack when nobody else even notices there is slack, but I didn't grow up thinking I'd be the backbone of a family that constantly made me feel like I was disposable. That part happened slowly, almost quietly, like right under the floorboards you don't see until it'll caves in. Growing up, I was the middle child. My older brother Adam was the golden boy, varsity football, charming, always with a crowd around him. My older sister Mia was the princess from the moment she was born, and me, I was Theon, who got B+ grades and was told it wasn't living up to my potential. I didn't mind. Really, I kept my head down, got a scholarship, moved out, and eventually started my own small IT firm that by some miracle took off after 3 grueling years of ramen 16-hour days and getting ghosted by every investor I pitched to. The funny thing is, when I was struggling, they were silent, but when the money came in, that's when I became family again. It started small. Might had asked if I could help cover the remainder of Adam's car payments just until he gets promoted. Then came Mia's private college